I'm delighted to extend a very special greeting to our alumna and speaker today, Pilar Ramirez. Ms. Ramirez graduated from the School of Arts and Sciences with a major in psychology. In addition to her degree from CNR, Ms. Ramirez has earned an MA from the Psychology Department of the New School University in Mental Health Services and a Master's of Public Administration degree from the Kennedy School of Government at Harvard University. She has traveled to CNR today from her home in Bolivia, where she serves as president of Confié Holding, the majority shareholder in Bank Confié, a microfinance bank started in 1985 as a nonprofit organized by 5 women, including Ms. Ramirez. Microfinance organizations provide loans and other supports to individuals and small businesses that might not otherwise have access to these resources. A goal of the microfinance movement is to foster economic development and improve the quality of life for individuals within a region. A recent article on Ms. Ramirez published in Microfinance describes her as follows. Quote, Ms. Ramirez, a pioneer of microfinance in Latin America whose passion for social justice has never flagged, believes that she, VA, and microfinance in Bolivia have all made significant contributions to the lives of low-income Bolivians. The introduction to an interview with Ms. Ramirez published by the Center for Financial Inclusion in Washington, D.C. describes her more succinctly. Everyone in the microfinance sector agrees that Ms. Ramirez is a very important lady in the world of Latin American microfinance. Her commitment is astonishing. Ms. Ramirez attributes the value she brings to her work in microfinance to her education at the College of New Rochelle. She states that, quote, much of what I have been able to do professionally and be professionally has been due to the education and values I received at the College of New Rochelle, end quote. The President regrets that she did not have the pleasure and privilege of being here today to meet and hear you, Pilar. She does hope that you and she will find time to meet in the very near future, and she wishes you safe travels back to Bolivia and much success in your very important work. And now it is my honor and great privilege to welcome Ms. Pilar Ramirez to the podium.
This is an amazing thrill, really. I was never expecting it. It's been 41 years since I graduated from CNR. I did not necessarily select CNR because it was Catholic, because it was the Ursuline nuns, or because it was only women. I came here because it was the college that offered me the best scholarship. Although I come from a, you would consider, privileged family in Bolivia, one of the poorest countries in South America, my family did not have the resources to pay for a college education in the United States. So I am particularly grateful because of that. 4 years of free education and 4 years of a magnificent academic experience. I was trained as a psychologist, worked as a psychologist for many years, with the learning that I received at this college. Something that I want to share with you that I think is important, the year that I started, 1968, was the first year the college accepted for the first time 6 Afro-American students from the Rochelle area. The 60s was the 60s. It was the Beatles' time, but it was the Vietnam War time, it was the Black Panthers' time. It was an amazing era to be a part of a university in the United States. And that definitely changed me and made me aware of what was happening in my own country. Che Guevara had just been killed. He was bringing a message of hope and of change for the impoverished populations of Latin America. So all of this gelled in me for those 4 years that I spent at CNR. CNR gave me the accreditation, the academic accreditation to pursue graduate studies at the new school, and then, very fortunately, at Harvard, where I read about microfinance programs. And yes, it's true, I returned after Harvard to my country, convinced 4 other women friends, power in women, to start on the adventure of providing credit to those who have no access to the banking system, to the regular loan providing institutions. And it's been a major endeavor, not only our bank, but other microfinance institutions around, in Bolivia and around the world, the third world, and I know that one of the initiators of this has started a microcredit program in Jackson Heights, Queens. So if you want to see something happening right there in your own backyard, it's happening in Jackson Heights, Queens. I don't think I have a message for you. I don't want to come as someone who expects to know what's there for you. It's a very different world from when I started, when my class started. It's, I think there are awful things happening in the world. War, the ravishness of the banking system, of the formal banking system, the economic crisis, the thousands of migrants trying to escape Africa, escape and reach shores where maybe they'll get some sort of employment. I mean, you read it on the newspapers every day. I worry, I have sons your age, what the future will bring for them also. Even though they're educated and they have high school degrees and university degrees, it's not easy for them to find employment that will assure them, that will assure you the livelihood that you are aiming for, that you have the right to expect. But let me share a couple of lessons from CNR. And they were given to me by the then Ardeen, Sister Dorothy Ann Kelly, who later became president. The first lesson, at some point I was getting a little bit tired of being in the United States and learning psychology in English. I thought I needed to learn it in my own language. And she allowed me, I don't know if it was part of the curricula, I don't think so, but she allowed me to spend a semester abroad in Barcelona, in the University of Barcelona. Now it's very common to have semester abroad and to share in other universities, but then I think it was something that was rare. Sister Dorothy Ann's brilliance and openness of mind, academic openness, allowed me from Bolivia to go and learn what I was learning here in English, but to learn it in Spanish, because my aim was to return to Bolivia. That's one lesson that CNR gave me. To be open to new ideas, to be open to new adventures, to understand students' needs and be empathic of those needs. Not to stick to the rules, to break the rules, to broaden the rules. Sister Dorothy Ann did that. But she did something else for me. And I am amazed that our Lord, I'm not a very good Catholic, but I believe in a Lord, a higher being protecting and looking over us, has set this ceremony at the chapel. I would come to the chapel as a student. The 4 years here were not very easy. I was able to call my mother once when I was already in the new school. Okay? Now we're all texting and calling and talking and all over the world. Okay. Remember that. 40-something years ago, one phone call for 3 minutes, I think it was $25 a minute. It was not easy. So I would come to the chapel to pray, to cry, to whatever. And many times, I saw our dean, Sister Dorothy Ann, the highest academic authority of the college, changing the flowers, fixing the altar, sweeping the stairs. It was an incredible example of service. And that's my advice to all of you. Find something that does for you to do in your lives that helps change other, more unfortunate people's lives. And you'll get what you want. It'll come back twice, 3 times for your happiness, for the education that you will later on give to your children. I learned that here from the highest academic authority, who could have had someone sweep and fix the flowers for her. But she chose to serve and live her Ursuline calling. Do that. The men and women, the brave men that have come to CNR, that's my message for you. And thank you very much, College of New Rochelle. I am what I am today because of what I received. Thank you.